Good morning. Good morning, or whatever time you're watching this. This is lesson 3.1. There's a PowerPoint to follow, and I'm going to talk about one of the assignments that is due this week. So stay tuned, and it should be just a quick 5-minute lesson. Okay, so the audio is probably going to shift at this point because I'm recording with my computer mic rather than my phone mic. There is a separate file, presentation file, where you can watch just the presentation, and that's what you see me down here being ridiculous. I did 2 different videos, so you can watch either one, but this one you can get to on YouTube anytime. So we're going to talk about 3 different modes of persuasion today, or we can also call them 3 different rhetorical appeals. This is going to be really quick, and then I'm just going to talk about the assignment that you have at the beginning of the week. So remember that the purpose of persuasion is to convince your audience that what you're saying is true. Before we go forward, you might want to take some notes. So you want to write down anything that is in bold, and you should pause the video now if you need to go grab something to take notes with. All righty. So our big question is, what does my audience want to hear that's going to convince them that my point is true? And again, our 3 rhetorical appeals are pathos, not pathos, ethos, not ethos, logos, not logos. Pathos, ethos, logos. These are fancy Latin words that we still use, but they have roots in different English strategies. First one, pathos. Sounds like pathetic, oh, you're so pathetic because you're so emotional all the time. This one is when you tap into the emotions of your audience. So you tell a story, you use part of your past, you choose diction that is going to trigger some emotional response. For example, you tell a story that makes somebody feel sorry for you. Or I was thinking earlier about how in some songs there's a hype man in the back who's not really saying anything, but he's getting you really excited about the song, even though you may not even know what the song is talking about. So you know that you leave the song feeling excited, but you're like, wait, what was that song even about? It just triggers an emotional response, whether or not that's getting you really in your feelings or getting you excited. Next one. Ethos sounds like ethics. And remember that ethics is the study of what is the most basic way of saying it. Most basic way of saying it is what is right and wrong. What is morally right and wrong. So this is an appeal that uses ethics to convince that you have good character, that you are a good person and I should listen to you because you're a good person. Or what I'm doing is either right or wrong, and so I should make a change because what I'm doing is morally or ethically right or wrong. That's why I put this picture of the truth and justice woman. She's keeping the balance. My example here is if you're at Braze Oaks and you drop some toilet paper over the 4th floor, a teacher might try to convince you that you should feel guilty for what you've done because somebody could have gotten hurt, or it was irresponsible, or you wasted toilet paper. For some reason, you should feel guilty. You should feel like what you did was morally wrong. And that is what we call an ethical appeal, or using ethos. Or if a speaker like Donald Trump gets on CNN and he's talking about all the good things he's done in the past, and he's trying to convince you that he is a good person, not even necessarily a good president, but because he is a good person and has good character, therefore he is a good president. So far we've got pathos, ethos, and the last one is logos. This one should be pretty familiar because this is a lot of times the way that you structure your arguments in a persuasive essay. And it's appeal that uses reason or logical arguments. So logos sounds like logic. Lots of if-then statements or the if-then arguments, or a cause and effect idea. So one consequence leads to another, or one action leads to a consequence, And unlike pathos, the speakers they don't care about how you feel. What is true is based off of reason and ration, which is happening in like within your brain, not within your heart, if you know what I mean. So just a quick review: pathos, ethos, logos. You might also hear them phrased as emotional appeal, ethical appeal, and a logical appeal. Okay. So your assignment this week is we're going to read an Elie Wiesel speech, his acceptance speech from the Nobel Peace Prize that he won in 1986 for humanitarian and philosophical work that he did during, and then all of his writing is published post the Holocaust. Suggestions for this reading, because it's really short, so I would just look up any words that you don't know, make sure that you understand them in context, and then at the end, use your same page or notebook that you took notes in just now, and just jot down in a sentence what you think the message of his speech was, or like what he wanted the audience to learn from this speech. After that, take the multiple choice that's on Teams. It's not a Google form. And also there's an audio that you can listen to while you're reading. I would suggest keeping the text up on your device and listening to it at the same time, not just listening and then going and taking the multiple choice. Alrighty guys, hope you're doing well. Let me know if you need anything, or if you have any like complaints, questions, jokes, just anything that you might need from me. I am open to talking from 10 to 11 in the morning and then 3 to 4 in the afternoon every day. Like and subscribe.